Developing tonight, police are hunting for two armed robbers who held up a bank in Clovis and pistol whipped one of the tellers.
I haven't ever seen anything like that, but you said you've seen it in Southern California.
San Diego they have one, and it's great food, great happy hour, but I didn't see any dogs there, so I'm a little surprised.
Not when you went.
Students and faculty from every CSU campus were at the state capitol today demanding more money for higher education. New at 11, a police chase ended with two men under arrest after police say they crashed their car and ran away. And let's get an update on that breaking news we first brought you. These are live pictures of the Las Vegas Strip. This is where police say there's an active shooter, or maybe more than one. There have been multiple victims reported, but we're still working on getting confirmation. There was apparently a country music festival at the Mandalay Bay, which is where this shooting reportedly happened. New developments tonight on the woman who opened fire at YouTube headquarters. Her family says they warned police that she might do something violent.
Matt, do police think there could be other victims here?
Well, Ken, they say that is a possibility. This is the office where the doctor works out of. They have a note saying, sorry, we're closed. Now, according to this arrest warrant, it says that police listened in to a prearranged phone call between Hernandez and the victim, and they say that Hernandez acknowledged the inappropriate touching and claimed he wouldn't do it again. Fresno police walked Dr. Arthur Hernandez out of his Northeast Fresno chiropractor office in handcuffs Wednesday. Detectives say two separate women came forward accusing Hernandez of sexual assault late last year. Josh Gill works nearby.
Shocked, you think shocked, really, just crazy, right next door to know something happened just a few feet away.
According to the arrest warrant, the first alleged victim is an undocumented immigrant. She claims Hernandez was professional at first, but by the fourth visit on December 21st, 2016, things changed. She says Hernandez told her to take off her clothes and then began rubbing her legs and allegedly sexually assaulted her. The second victim told police Hernandez fondled her during a visit late last year. Gill says as a neighbor, he never noticed anything unusual.
Got here in the morning, did his thing, stayed late sometimes, but nothing more than any hardworking business owner would do. Nothing out of the blue.
The Board of Chiropractic Examiners website shows Hernandez has a valid license with no prior disciplinary action. The board issued this statement to Eyewitness News saying, "Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Consumer protection is our #1 priority. We are looking into this matter." Now, I couldn't reach anybody with Hernandez's office for a comment, but there is another chiropractor who shares an office with Hernandez. He had no comment. And anyone with any information on possibly more victims can call Crime Stoppers or Fresno Police. Crime Stoppers number is 498-STOP. We're live in Northeast Fresno. Matt Mendes, CBS 47 Eyewitness News. Corey Muhammad talked from behind bars about his shooting rampage.
The reason why I did what I did Tuesday is from one, black people, we need our own land with our own laws.
Muhammad is accused of killing 4 innocent people, 3 of those white men he says he targeted in Tuesday's killing spree just north of downtown Fresno. Victims Zachary Randalls, Mark Gassett, and David Jackson, all murdered in cold blood. Muhammad says he also shot and killed security guard Carl Williams several days earlier at Motel 6 after a dispute.
I wasn't really thinking through the whole thing, honestly, to tell you the truth. It wasn't like I was putting pieces together, do this, do that, do that, do this. It was like I was on autopilot. Like I was possessed by something.
Muhammad admits he's schizophrenic and suffers from PTSD and depression. He also talked about his childhood.
My dad got addicted to crack, and that pretty much ended my childhood. At 9 years old, I started gangbanging.
He says he served time in federal prison for a drug conviction and says he even shot someone when he was only 12 years old. Muhammad, who is accused of targeting his victims because of their race, spoke about how his own experience with racial discrimination led up to the shootings.
Discriminated against because I'm black. Followed around stores because I'm black. This is what the price I have to pay for the fight for my people. And
so you don't regret killing 4 people?
No.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 5 in high definition.
I look like a freaking horrible monster. That was not my intention at all.
The young woman who admits to live streaming a crash that killed her sister speaks exclusively to Eyewitness News in a telephone interview from jail. Abdulia Sanchez says she is remorseful and has regrets. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning us in. I'm Ken Malloy.
And I'm Catherine Herr. The CHP says Sanchez was under the influence when she rolled her car into a barbed wire fence and then into a field near Los Banos last month. Her sister, 14-year-old Jacqueline, was thrown from the car and died. Another 14-year-old riding in the car hurt her leg. CBS 47's Matt Mendes spoke to Obdulia Sanchez. He joins us now with the story. And Matt, what did she have to say?
Well, Catherine and Ken, she told me she just watched the video for the first time on Sunday and now understands why people were so furious. She said she would hate herself too. In an exclusive phone interview from jail, she wants people to know she's not a monster.
I didn't even know I looked like a monster. Like, I look like a freaking horrible monster. That was not my intention at all.
Obdulia Sanchez is talking about this Instagram live video she recorded while driving on July 21st. Her sister is in the back seat along with a friend they had just picked up from Fresno.
And we were perfectly freaking fine. We were perfectly freaking fine. And then next thing I know, we just start going left. And then we start going left, and I try to stop the car, and then we flip over.
We're not showing the graphic video after the crash. Prosecutors say Sanchez had a blowout on Highway 165 and Henry Miller Road near Los Banos. Their car flipped. The CHP says the two 14-year-olds in the back seat weren't wearing seatbelts and Sanchez had been drinking.
And then that's when I just started freaking out. And then I guess I look in the back seat, and there's nobody in the back seat, and that's when I started freaking out.
Sanchez's sister Jacqueline and her friend were thrown from the car. Jacqueline died.
Like, I knew she was dead. So I took her pulse, and she had no pulse.
Why not put the phone down and call for help for your sister?
I did call for help. I called the cops twice.
Sanchez continued to live stream after the crash and continued to live stream after calling 911 for help, even showing her sister's dead body. The trio was heading to Stockton for Sanchez's sister's Catholic confirmation ceremony the next day. Sanchez admitted this was not the first time she's live streamed while driving.
We do it all the time. We do it all the time. Like, trust me, like, it's like a reflex. Like, I haven't crashed, you know? Everybody does it. Everybody does it. They take, like, the Snapchats, and everybody does it. Why not? People take videos of them in the car, like, all the time.
That's
and
dangerous.
I'm only 18. We're still young.
Nearly a month later, Sanchez has pled not guilty to drunk driving and gross vehicular manslaughter. She now sits behind bars, thinking about what her sister killed in the crash meant to her.
She's like my mini-me. She's like my best friend. Like, anytime, she looks just like me. She's just like, I don't know, like, anytime I look at her, it's like I'm looking at myself. And it makes me, like, it makes me really sad that she's gone.
Sanchez says since the crash, she's received death threats.
You're only going to make my parents suffer more. You're not going to help anybody else. My parents right now are grieving. They want me back home.
Sanchez is adamant she is sorry about what happened that day.
Just because I'm not crying a river right now on the phone does not mean I'm not remorseful.
She has one regret.
I would have known that would have happened that day. I would have never left the house, ever.
And Sanchez's bond is set at $560,000. I reached out to the Merced County DA's office. They could not comment. And I also left messages with the public defender's office.
So, Matt, how did you get in touch with Sanchez?
Well, I wrote her a letter about a week after this all happened and didn't hear back for a while, but she just got back to me earlier this week. We talked last night, and just today I actually received a letter from her in the mail. It's 4 pages, double-sided. We just really wanted to find out what led up to this whole crash and what's happened since.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Great insight.
Yeah, tragic story. Thank you for that, Matt. Appreciate it.